Hello, welcome to the show. This is the first episode. My name is Greg, and sat opposite me is my heterosexual life partner.
Hello, I'm Joe.
That is Joe, and we are the All-Seeing Guys. Oh, we went for it. We went for the double one.
Oh, yeah. No,
I wasn't sure.
No, the timing was, we hadn't discussed it.
I was like, would I need to count in? I didn't want to get into a situation where we're like, we are the 1, 2, 3 All-Seeing Guys.
Guys.
See, it would be
So it'd be
ridiculous.
countless retries, and that would basically be
And
the
that
entire
would be
evening.
a 45-minute episode of us just trying to do the intro. That was good. Right. Okay, so yes, this is the podcast. This is All-Seeing Guys. I'm going to tell you what it's about straight off the bat. We aren't here to talk about politics. We aren't here to discuss, debate, or preach serious or high-topic issues. We're here to talk about the things we notice daily. Not the world over the horizon, but the one at your front door, on your computer, on your bus, at work, in the pub. It's everything and nothing. It's ridiculous and it's hilarious. This is the world we're talking about. It's our world. It's going to be fun and it's going to be weird and we hope entertaining. Which is why we want to hear from you. Please get in touch. Any topics you want to discuss, any feedback, funny stories, weird dreams you've had, tell us. Drop us an email at all one word, lowercase, the allseeingguys@gmail.com. That's the allseeingguys@gmail.com. Or hit us up on Twitter with the allseeing. All-Seeing Guys was taken.
Some fucking arsehole out there.
And I must say, I did my research beforehand to make sure there wasn't a podcast called this already.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe nothing came up.
Mate, I said to Chris the other day that we were doing this, and he was like, "What are you calling it?" And I said, "The All-Seeing Guys," and he was like, "I can't believe no one's ever done that before."
I mean, we might find out there are some, but I checked SoundCloud, I checked YouTube, I googled it, man.
Our first email on the bit is going to be someone just saying like, "Nah, you can't use that."
We're suing you. So who the fuck are we? We are your gracious hosts. We're not Ant and Dec. We're Joe and Greg.
Some may debate that, though.
Some may debate it. We've known each other a fair few years, to say the least.
We have, yeah. Yeah.
If I was to peg a number, I don't know, what, 8 years maybe?
That's, we could round it up to 10 if we want to, but I don't think that's accurate.
No.
But yeah.
Let's say closer to 10 than 8.
That's fine.
And we wanted to do this for a while. We have no experience in this. We didn't go to uni. We went straight to work, retail.
Lovely retail life that we lead.
So we've seen a few things in our time. We rap hip hop. We play live under the name Dice Rollers. But that's so separate to this, so we're not going to be pimping that out anymore. Other than that, probably. But
if you were interested, you could go onto our Facebook.
I'm sure at some episode we will play a track.
Oh yeah, no.
We're just going to start doing it every week. Start with one, end with one, take a break, like 4 an episode.
Yeah,
we have enough to do that.
Well, we've got a back catalogue.
Yeah.
If you're interested, you can go on Bandcamp, Datpiff, Facebook,
www.dicerollers.bandcamp.com, and
just putting it out there just in case.
But we've wanted to do this for a while. I kept coming up with many silly ideas and trying to pitch them to Joe in the pub, and same with Dice Rollers. Actually, I have these crazy fucking ideas.
Well, it was always something as well that happened whenever we were recording Dice Roller stuff. In between sorting out things in it, we'd always end up just having what felt like ridiculous conversations.
Yes.
And we always just sort of thought, I wonder what people would really react to if they heard this conversation that we were having.
Because we usually have an audience of at least 3 when we're down the pub.
Yeah, and but we don't talk about the things when we're down the pub that we seem to talk about. When it's just you and me.
Yeah. So after my many lame ideas that were just getting written off, we had a practice one night and we were waiting for the bus, quite drunk, and we realised mid-conversation that what we were discussing was essentially could be the podcast we wanted to do.
That was it, yeah. It was whether people were acting or lying.
Yes.
And how different those particular things were.
Yeah, because can you trust an actor because they're really good liars?
Yeah, they're basically their job is to live a lie.
Yeah, so if you were dating, if your girlfriend was an actress,
I wouldn't believe she'd ever orgasmed.
Yeah, well, anything like that, like anything at all. Even when she gives you the most heartfelt "I love you" speech,
and then just finishes off with acting.
Yeah, that's it. It could be that. Like any argument you had with her, you could always end the argument with, "And the Oscar goes to."
Imagine. You'd be sleeping on your sofa, I think, but you'd be all right.
Yeah, well, she would be sleeping on the sofa. She's an actress. She has no fucking money.
That's very
true. If she's an actress,
yeah.
she's dating us. She has no fucking money.
But if she's getting nominated for Oscars in arguments,
both of us.
No, that'd be weird. That would be. I mean, that would.
I know we're duo, but
yeah, it's never come to that.
Not yet. There's still
Not
time.
yet. Not yet.
Right, so that's pretty much it. Let's just fucking head straight into this motherfucker. All seeing guys, Joe.
Yes.
Be in your bonnet. What are we starting with?
I tell you what, I've been really thinking about this because I've been unfortunately quite positive quite recently, and things don't seem to be antagonising me as much. But I did think about it from the other day that I'm just getting really fucking sick and tired of stupid kids with stupid names. Like, just it really
Like what?
Oh, mate! The other day I heard a mother. Her child was running wild, and I heard them call out the name, Bree. Just Bree,
Wensleydale, settle down.
Yeah, it was, and the first thing that came to my head was just like, you've named your child after cheese. Your child is cheese. So that was fucking stupid. And then
I'm on board with that though. That's
a stupid.
It's happening.
Yeah.
There was
Wensleydale.
I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but I remember reading an article about someone naming kid names, and they were just like, "Oh, Hat if it's a girl."
Hat.
Not Hattie.
Not Hattie, no. Not Harriet or anything like that.
Just Hat.
Hat. Just Hat. I did. I once spoke to a couple that had allowed their firstborn to name their new child.
How old was the firstborn?
The firstborn was about 3 years old. So he was capable of talk and or speech,
but not sensible.
But
names.
not sensible things. So of course he's not going to go like, name it Darren or anything like that. No, he chose Truck. He chose.
And what, they went with it?
They went with Truck.
They went with Truck.
Their child is legally called Truck.
Well, then, what the hell? What's up with the parents? I mean, like,
why would you give a 3-year-old that kind of responsibility?
Truck. It's not even short for anything. What would be Truckalea?
Truckalea. It's just So I think stupid names are stupid, and I think your fucking kids are stupid for being called it as well. Also, the other two I heard, Sterling.
Put money. Tender.
Yeah.
Legal
so
tender.
There was a child called Sterling and Genevieve.
Oh, Genevieve.
Which basically you should just stick a cock in your child's face because that kid's going to be doing awful things when it grows up.
Just call your child cock.
Just call your child cock. That's Genevieve. It. So really, that's my mundane bee in my bonnet.
Mate, that's fair enough. I'm on board with that.
Excellent.
All right. We're going to move swiftly into cheeky fucking Nandos.
This is a craze that's turned up quite recently. It went viral over the internet, and I believe it was English people trying to explain to American people what a Cheeky Nandos is.
Well, the fact Cheeky Nandos was something to start off with to explain. I mean,
yeah,
I've heard it before, and if I'm being honest, I love him to bits, but it was my younger brother that I first heard it from.
Yeah.
He'd always be on Facebook with Cheeky Nandos, and that's the only time I'd heard it until like one day just went on Facebook and everyone was like, Cheeky Nandos, lol, like everywhere.
Yeah.
What's your experience with Nandos?
I don't know if this will get me in trouble or not, but I've only actually ever been once to Nando's.
I've only been once.
Right? It's just
it wasn't with you.
No,
I
it
didn't
wasn't.
See you there.
I did get in the 200 chains across the UK. I've never seen you. You calling me a liar or an actor? You're calling me a liar or an actor.
Stop acting.
But I didn't. I never really saw what the big deal was, because it's fucking chicken, man. You can get chicken anywhere.
Fucking love chicken.
But I love me a bit of chicken.
But I just think I could get it cheaper and easier somewhere else. I don't need to fucking sit down and order.
I don't see what the big deal is about it. So I went once, and it's not bad food. It's fucking nice, but I just, it's just like so. What's the big deal?
I first went because my little brother bought me a gift card to go. And I hadn't been before.
You're not a proper company.
Yeah,
until you can get a gift card.
One day, I think it's the end of the month, me and Lizzie were like coming home from work, and I was like, well, what should we have to eat? And I remembered I had this gift card in my wallet, so we went into Nando's. And I was like, I don't want it too spicy, because I'd had something spicing up before, and fucking my arsehole was on fire.
Ring of fire.
Yeah. And so I went for like a medium sauce, and she got a hot one. And they mixed it all up, so when it came, it was like, mine was my meal with like extra fucking... It was so fucking hot.
Did you get a sweat on?
I got a little bit of sweat on, but it wasn't that it was insanely spicy. It's just that I didn't want spice that time.
The way I think about it is like if I wanted something hot, I just get a curry or something.
Exactly.
It's not really
Exactly.
like I don't see why Nando's is such a big deal. But I've even in its current viral peaking sort of stages, I still haven't gone back. And have only ever uttered the phrase "cheeky Nando's" in an ironic sense, just for irony, you know.
Well, I've always seen cheeky as when you use it in that term as like a measurement of time. Like say you're out with someone, and they're like, right, I'm gonna go to the shop you don't want to go to. I'll be 20 minutes. Oh, I'm gonna go for a cheeky pint. Like, that's how I would.
Yeah.
But so when I hear cheeky Nando's, I'm under the impression it means they're literally they're in and out in 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like their mum's just gone to the bank. So they just like fucking cheeky Nando's time. I can run in, fucking.
Basically, it's just to see how quickly you can eat a Nando's. So it could actually just be a competition. Yeah, and it's just like you could all be sat round and then just be like cheeky Nando's.
It does when
someone just says cheeky Nando's and they will just fucking scoff it in as quickly as possible.
Oh, my first Nando. You go. Yeah, no, I get because it is quite rushed when you're in there because there's always a queue.
Yeah,
which I don't understand. There's always a fucking queue.
Always.
But in Kingston especially, there's a Pizza Express next fucking door. If are you that dedicated to chicken that you're going to queue for like half hour to 45 minutes and there's an empty fucking Pizza Express next door?
Yeah. And in fact, there's 2 in Kingston.
There's 2, exactly. And one's opposite the cinema, so it's busy. This one's in the outskirts of town.
Yeah.
People wouldn't go beyond Nando's
it's
unless they go
bigger.
to the river.
The irony in that is that it's actually bigger than the one inside the rotunda.
It's a much nicer one, yeah. So the top definition of cheeky Nando's is...
Can I just add one more thing actually as well?
Of course you can, yes.
My other main sort of concern with Nando's is that their booze selection is shit. They don't have like brand like beers and stuff like that. It's all just some like random, like you feel like you're in like this like the luxury aisle in Sainsbury's or something, and you're picking up like
Waitrose.
Yeah, like and you're picking up some fancy bullshit in a can or in a bottle, and
it's not a can, it's Nando's, boy.
Oh no, sorry,
can.
But it's like there's like no real sort of like proper booze options. I don't think people go there to drink, you know.
No, they're there for chicken.
They're there for the chicken.
Yeah, I'm not going for a cheeky beer.
Heaven forbid if it comes to me and it's not cheeky. You're gonna be in.
Excuse me, sir. I don't find this chicken cheeky enough. Can I have more of the rump? Can I have more of the backside of it, please?
Yeah.
Cheeky.
They're cheeky. I need the cheeky rump of the chicken.
Yes.
Can you get rump on a chicken? The wings and the breast.
Rumpy.
Get a bit breast. Let's not go down that road.
Well, not yet.
Let's not start with.
So they say cheeky Nando's,
chickens.
a term used by fuckboys over social media in order to need for attention by adding cheeky to the restaurant chain Nando's, usually followed by a with the lads, aka a group of tools equal or greater than the original tool posting the update. Expect some sort of deeply depressing metrosexual attire and a variety of group selfies and close-ups of food that has been ordered. Usually, using this term is the final nail in the coffin of your masculinity. It's gone. Off out for a cheeky Nando's with the lads. So, like you said, it went viral.
It did, yep.
So everyone's
very
asking the quick question, what the fuck is a cheeky Nando's?
It seems to have, I think it started off that people were asking it out of confusion.
Yes.
Because they literally, A, didn't know what Nando's is, and B, didn't know what made it cheeky.
Well, I still don't know what makes it cheeky.
No, it's maybe it's the spices they use.
So someone asked, what does a cheeky Nando's mean?
It was, the first thing I ever saw of it was that, it was an article, and it was apparently English people on Tumblr were having to explain to Americans what a cheeky Nando's was because
it's not out there.
Yeah, no, it's not out there at all. So they haven't really got an idea of what it is, and
it'll be out there now. I imagine it'll be out there soon.
In like that,
it's some wonders for them.
Yeah, but there was a massive confusion. So the thing that was really funny was how English people were deciding to explain what a cheeky Nando's is.
And one of these explanations I have here, which to be fair, I did also see in Urban Dictionary after seeing this thread. So I don't know whether he copy and pasted it from there. But if you did, fuck you. He replies with, mate, it's hard to explain. It's just like one day you'll be with your mates having a look in JD and you might fancy a curry club down the spoons. But your lad Callum, who's an absolute ledge, and the art... and the Archbishop of Banterbury will be like, Brevs, let's have a cheeky Nando's instead, and you'll think, top, let's smash it.
There is.
I mean, we know a Callum, and could you imagine him saying that to us?
I can't imagine him saying anything.
I mean, he is the Archbishop of Banterbury.
He is. Yeah, he's a complete bantersaurus.
Yes.
Let's not.
With a beard.
But a bearded bantersaurus.
I can't, like a bearded dragon. But I can't imagine. Just the fact they used the name Callum. I get why they used it. It does make sense, but just because we know a Callum.
Yeah.
Right. Can you imagine him just turning and saying to us?
I can't even. It's.
Let's go for a cheeky Nando's.
Can you even I can't even hear it in a South African accent. I'm not going to impersonate one right now. I'm not going down that route.
We'll get him to do that.
And we'll at a later point in these episodes, maybe we'll just get a little guest appearance from Callum, and we'll just get him to repeat the Cheeky Nando's line.
Yeah, and we'll get him to read them all out. It'd be great. So that's what the reply was to them. And I mean, Nando's, it's no secret. It's been popular for a while. There was one fucking kid, who got the logo tattooed on his buttocks, and that's cheeky. That is actually probably the definition of a cheeky Nando's.
That is
a tattoo of Nando's on his
cheeky.
fucking arse cheek.
I mean, it is cheeky, but also it's fucking moronic.
Oh,
like, what's that gonna get?
I mean, if you Google it, you'll see the picture. Like, it's the pride on the face is amazing.
That's stupidity. Don't confuse
check
pride
it out.
with
It's
stupidity.
not even a tramp stamp. Like, it's the wrong place, but. Yeah, I love the Nando lover gets logo tattooed on his bottom. That was the Daily Mail.
Title?
That was the Daily Mail.
I bet they were disgusted.
Oh, I bet they were thoroughly disgusted.
This is Britain's youth.
Yeah. Lock your doors. Nando's are about and they're cheeky.
Mind your cheeks.
Mind your cheeks.
Well, you saying that as well with the English definition. I did see someone actually. There was someone put up like an English translation, and someone responded with, "Can you translate this to American English?"
Other wild song?
Yeah. But someone did like an American translation of it, of basically what you just said. And I also found that other countries are now doing different sort of versions, and I found the Australian version, which goes a little something like this. Righto, mate. It's like this. You're having a Sunday sesh, getting fucking maggot with the boys, having a right piss up, and it's fully sick. Davo and Steve are setting up the barbie to cook some snags, and your fucking gas bottle's carked it. Bazza, who likes Maccas. Bazza, who's keen for a Maccas. But just... Oh, man. Oh, I need to compose myself. Bazza's like, who's keen for a Macca's? But you had Macca's for brekkie and Tomo had it this arvo. Then Archie's the fucking mad cunt. He goes, hey boys, I'll be designated driver. Piles us sent to the Commodore, SSV, because he's on Big Mob's cash money. And we all cruise down to Nando's for a feed. I don't know how accurate. I think the thing about it is, it's all just
Nando's for a feed. Oh my god!
Like a coop. It's an actual chicken
with
coop.
His pouch, just getting his feed out in his hand and holding it out to like dried chicken chunks.
But I think the thing about it that is the confusion is just the slang that is used in it. Like, you know, sort of like, especially in that one, like going to Spoons for a curry club. Like, no one knows what that means. No one knows. Like, no one knows what a Spoons is, apart from, like, you know, everyone in fucking England.
Yes.
But, like, yeah, I think it's... that's what I think causes the... I think that's what's made it so funny, is just the wonderful, stupid slang that stupid people that go to stupid Nando's use.
This is going to be the last definition I read, and it's my favourite one. This is my favourite one. Nando's is a British restaurant chain, which is particularly popular amongst groups of boys. These boys will invite their mates, who they refer to as the lads. They will take a selfie together, where they all wear hype tank tops, skin-tight jeans, and Nikes, accompanied with a snackback. They will caption the photo via Instagram with Cheeky Nandos with the lads, and maybe describe the experience as top banter. Describing it as cheeky is a popular trend amongst fuckboys, with nothing about the experience is actually cheeky.
See, that's
so when I imagine the people we described here and imagine how they dress. That is how I think. And the hype vest, the snapback, and I can't help but think of a lot of ankle exposure.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's some
apparently
cleavage going on.
It's not cool to wear socks these days.
Ankle cleavage going on in Nando's.
What is that? Like
I like your
anklage?
ankles. I like yours.
Is it anklage?
Anklage. Bit of anklage going on. Anklage and Nando's. Which, while on the topic... Oh, before we move on, there's Frangos as well.
Yeah. The
What the poor fucking Frangos? They need to come back with a plan.
I'll tell you what. I've had Frangos more than I've had Nando's.
Well, that's fair to say.
And that says something. And I mean, again, it's.
But they need a hashtag.
They do need a hashtag.
They need to get on board.
Cheeky. They can't have cheeky.
No, that's what I mean.
What can they have?
Frangos, we got you. Don't worry. We're gonna save your business.
We're going to come up with Frangos. We're going to make sure that Frangos is
naughty
trending.
Frangos.
A naughty Frangos.
A naughty Frangos.
That's so much better than a cheeky one.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing, it's kind of wrong.
It sounds less stupid,
It's
doesn't it?
naughty.
Yeah, naughty. You can say, that's naughty, that is.
That is it.
Oh, that's naughty.
We're having a naughty Frangos.
Naughty Frangos. Right, don't worry, Frangos, we got you.
You can have that.
We're going to...
Not for free.
Keep going like that.
We'll copy. I'm going to look up the copyright on that, actually. Just make sure that... I mean, Frangos is probably taken, but naughty Frangos.
Naughty Frangos. I don't know if we'll actually be able to copyright it.
There is... Well, it's good signs. It's the first thing that came up is not Twitter with the hashtag naughty Frangos, so we could probably get that going.
All right, well, everyone, if you listen to this...
We'll tweet that.
If you're on Twitter, grab your phone right now or your laptop, whatever you're doing. If you're driving, pull over, this is important, and hashtag naughty Frangos. We don't actually have to go.
You don't have to go.
You don't have to go. They'll make money because people see it trending and then they'll go and they'll be like, oh, I need to get there. It might be a different fashion sense. I don't know if there'd be as much ankle exposure in Frangos.
There isn't.
I don't think they'll stand for that sort of shit.
No, I think it's...
I think more baggy trousers we're going to see in Frangos.
It's probably everyone that goes for a Cheeky Nandos, it's their younger kid, like younger brother or sister that goes to Frangos.
The parents go to... Oh,
yeah.
The
parents go to it.
Kids drop off at Nando's, bop to Frangos.
Because it's better. I bet their booze is better.
Oh yeah, well we'll have to check that out.
There you go.
We'll investigate
report back.
Frangos.
We'll go to
We'll get back
Frangos.
to you on that.
Our next one we'll do one live from Frangos.
Just us eating. So while we're talking about how people dress in Nando's, it brings us on to the sun has sort of been out of late, but it came out in full force. What, like a month or so ago? It was really nice.
May had some really sweet days.
I mean, you can tell because, especially where we are in Kingston by the river, as soon as a single beam of lukewarm light hits the river from those murky, cold, evil, dark clouds, instantly there will be like at least half a dozen of semi-muscular to obese men in vests, rolled up trousers, there with bottles having a pint.
That's it.
And it
Flip-flops.
And flip-flops. And it will be
Flip-flops
so cold. And I'll be walking
It will
past
be.
in my fucking jacket and beanie because it's still fucking freezing. But
There's
because
always-
there's a
there's
little bit
always
of sun
one-
out, they're there.
There's always
Instantly
one
there.
fucking arsehole that's got to walk around and just be like, it's not that cold.
Yeah.
It's like, it is.
It is.
I can almost guarantee you.
Yeah. And then
Your
they're
nipples,
there.
your nipples will tell you something
Oh, man.
different right
I
now.
remember like the first day it was like semi-nice and it was still cold. I remember I was counting shorts and flip-flops and it was an insane amount.
Yeah.
There was so many people out wearing shorts
There
and
was like
flip-flops.
10 minutes of sunshine and everyone was like, "Phew."
People ran
Better
home
get that
to
factor
change.
50 out.
Ran home to change. Like, oh my god, the sun!
That's it. Everyone, but that's,
Please
you
get me
know,
Bermudas on.
where we are in our general sort of history of shit weather, everyone
Yes.
just kind of sort of takes it when they can get it. But we did have like...
Oh, they were taking it.
Oh yeah, they were taking it right in the face. But they were. They just sort of, I don't know. It's the stupidest sort of situation that is. You're right. You know, as soon as the first beam of sunlight, just t-shirts are off.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's just like that.
Just run out the house.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, like, but the thing is, it's always little vest. It's always shorts. It's always flip-flops.
Yep.
I'm not a flip-flop man.
Top man does well.
Top man does very well because they will buy anything on. I'm not on that mannequin.
Yeah.
I'm not a flip-flop man myself.
No, I wouldn't dare expose.
I don't think that I have
the
no
stench
business seeing another man's foot.
No.
And
Not in
they
any
have no
situation.
business showing me their foot.
I've never seen.
I did wear them once though. When
I've worn them in the past.
I was in Australia, and
Well, I think that's
it wasn't
mandatory.
It wasn't even
over
like
there.
heat. Like we were walking, and
I
everyone
think
was in flip-flops.
when you come, like once your visa gets like confirmed, they just hand you flip flops.
Yeah, at the airport, there's handing them
Yeah.
out. That's your ticket.
It's their bowling
your
shoes.
ticket's a pair of flip-flops. But I was in some Converse, and like we kept walking from like pavement, and it kept turning into beach, and then back to pavement. And it was just I kept stopping to undo the laces, pour the sand out. It was ridiculous. So my wife was like, "Right, I'm buying you flip flops," and she bought them for me, and I was like, "Okay." I literally was like Bambi on ice. Like, I couldn't. I was walking like I was in the power loader from Aliens, just like putting,
making the noises.
Like
as well.
almost, it must have looked like I was like trying to walk in snow. I swear I was doing like the hand movement.
Like
as
you
well.
should have had like the walking.
That's what I mean.
sticks.
I was doing the movement for that. Like,
Oh man.
and yet when people in Kingston or wherever they are, when there's a river and the sun's briefly out and it's still freezing, whack them on and run down the gravel
That is it. Yeah.
to the river. Because no one takes advantage of the beautiful side, the grass, the other side.
No,
Like, if
yeah,
it
that
was
is
warm,
always
that's
empty.
where you want to be.
But you know why, don't you? Because there's no fucking pub there.
Well, you take some
Everyone
cans,
lo-
it's
and you know
cheaper.
what,
The
even-
only issue you've got when you get there is pissing.
Yeah.
And heaven forbid having a shit.
To be fair,
not gonna
there's always, but that for some reason, isn't it? It's always that side, and I think it is. I think it's to do with the pubs, even though everyone
Also,
has
cans.
bought their own beer.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's that the other side, man. We had a walk. We walked along there, didn't we? But the weather was atrocious that day.
Oh yeah, but we still did it.
We still did it, but
Thanks.
that side's sweet, man. There's no dickheads there, so it's even better. So,
Well, it could be getting worse because apparently for the weather, their fashion this time round, we're looking at the hottest trend in menswear right now is not about clothing, but the lack of it. That's right, chaps. This season, cocks are in. Or, perhaps,
Or are they out?
more specifically, out.
but then they could go in again. But then also out.
I'm gonna
and then
read-
in and then out.
I'm going to
and then
read
in,
you this line
and then out.
from a fashion show. This is a review of a fashion show.
Then in again.
Penises swung gently down the runway. The designer, who has made a career out of creating highly expensive leather jackets, sent out several models, minus the underwear and tunics,
So
featuring peepholes cut to reveal their genitals.
I'm not sure that's legal. I can't.
Well, it was Paris Fashion Week.
Oh, of course. Oh, well, everyone has their penis out.
But they're saying that it could be...
I'm sorry, but have you ever looked at like Paris, or like any?
Oh,
in
I've
fact,
been to
any,
Paris twice. I didn't really like
But
it
like,
that much.
no, not even that. Just like any kind of sort of like, it is bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so much hype about Paris, but it's such a shithole.
It's not the romantic.
It's such a
You get
shithole.
hassled all the fucking time.
I went there. I went there with my mum and dad and two of their friends and their daughter, and we'd all gone out one night and we were walking down the street, and my mum's friend like kicked this homeless man's like pot. He was because it was just in the street. She didn't see it. So she sort of kicked,
So like, she was like the horrible
she didn't
person.
kick him. No, it was his like change pot, his begging pot.
Oh, she did it by mistake.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. She didn't.
But you made it sound like she booted it.
She didn't kick a homeless person.
No, not the person, but his pot on purpose.
Oh, what? Just like lined up like it was a free kick.
Just to be like, yeah.
Taking one for the country.
Fucking homeless.
But so she kicked his pot and stuff, and she walked along, like apologised because she didn't see it, and then looks back, and the guy hasn't got any legs, and yet is just crawling down the street, shouting at her in French,
Man.
and it was just like, ugh.
People
But-
with no legs in the streets, man. There's a whole road in Thailand I
different-
walked down, and it was insane. It was insane. It was, oh my god.
That where the leprosy
Mate,
lane.
it was insane. Like it.
But I think, that anything you see at like Paris or any fashion week and stuff like that, it's so ridiculous that you'd think that no one would ever fucking wear it.
It only works if it's the costume design for the movie Fifth Element.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only time
that
it
is
works.
exactly it. So we have to wait about another 1,000 years.
Yeah, if you don't
until...
question Gary Oldman wearing a bit of plastic on his head in that film.
You really don't.
But if you saw someone on the catwalk or walking down the street with it, you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. I think.
Or you think, fuck, I need to get the top shop, get one of those, and get out for a Cheeky
it.
Nandos.
Of course. Gone to Top Shop, have a Cheeky Nandos.
So yeah, so all a bit out there. So I reckon we should bring back gentleman's attire, like Victorian fashion, maybe even older. Bring back Victorian fashions, manners, diseases. Maybe not the diseases, because
Well,
their
I mean,
hygiene was fucking
who wants
horrible.
the plague?
I mean, can you imagine what sex was like back then? Actually, imagine actually having sex in the Victorian era.
I bet it was.
If you went back now,
I reckon it was wetter.
I reckon
Generally because of.
yeah, wetter, but I reckon you had to get through some shit to get
but
there.
like not literally like. Just
probably,
like,
yeah.
pus.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like wet, like water wet. Just like a slimier
like a
wet.
swamp.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, like a swamp.
It's like putting your penis in a swamp.
I think perhaps this sounds like a future episode. Maybe.
Are we gonna put our penises in a swamp?
Maybe sex through the ages.
Sex through the ages, always a
I
possibility.
think that could be a future episode.
I like that.
But I think in order,
I don't think it's changed that much.
No, not how it's done, but just what was going on, man. What it would have been like, what it would have looked like, what it would.
Do you ever think
like.
about like? I think it's. Do you ever think about the first person to ever think like, oh, I wonder if I put my dick in her arse?
And you know, the first time it happened, she went wrong hole.
Yeah, always. But like, who? Like, you want to know? I want to know the history of just like who thought. Let's try that other one. That's what I want. I want to find. I don't know how far back anal sex can be traced.
To their back, at least.
To their back, yeah. All the way up to the lower intestines.
So, I reckon if we're going to have, like, cocks out, we should at least go back to a more expectable time, because we need to reverse this completely. And, yeah, get the codpiece back in. Gentleman's codpiece. Vintage, retro.
Lovely.
Like that.
Bulletproof.
And that will not only cover your manhood, but it will make it look massive.
It will.
I'm looking at a picture of a codpiece right now, and it literally looks like he has a full-blown circumcised penis poking out of his tunic, whatever it is. Like,
but that's like, have you ever seen like the American footballers? They've got like, the jock
cups.
strap, like
Yeah,
the cup thing, which is pretty much the same thing. But you know, you don't wear it then afterwards to a
this
restaurant.
one I think is more complimentary in the fact it pokes out. I mean, it would look odd if you were wearing it with jeans and a t-shirt. You'd have to wear it with the matching attire. I mean, I don't know what kind of year we're looking at here, but
old.
I think we need to bring back some sort of fashion from there,
different...
and their manners as well.
Yeah, no.
Imagine...
I feel that not enough people are saying good day to each other.
Yes, and fair morn.
Fair morn.
Many a morning, I will open the window and shout fair morn to everyone.
Many a morning.
Yes.
Never.
Many a fair morn. I will greet passers-by a fair morn from the highest of the window.
That's it. Moon has passed. Daylight upon us. Like, just...
I think it could happen. I think all we need to do is be open a shop in Shoreditch that sells fine, established gentleman 1800s attire.
Because where else to have a better store?
People will buy it.
It's true.
Once you open a shop in Shoreditch selling this outfit, people start
Shoreditch,
dressing. It'll be all over reality TV shows.
We can get a nice little boutique.
A nice little boutique, cheeky boutique.
Cheeky boutique.
We could maybe get a little stall.
Maybe.
And just sell like Victorian attire.
We'll call it Nandos.
Well, we might get done for that. might get done for that.
But like, that's the thing about sort of Shoreditch is that someone eventually would clock onto that. Because
there'll be 6 shops within days.
Yeah, because someone will see that and be like, I've never seen
directions.
anyone wear that.
Yeah.
I'm wearing that.
Yeah.
And it'll be a thing. And I'll be king of the hipsters.
And then we'll be back to jousting and what have you before you know it. It'll be great. That's how you set one up. There'll be jewel, old-fashioned. That's how we defeat knife crime as well.
With jewels.
Yeah,
good old-fashioned
like
jewels.
Proper, but like just slapping with gloves.
Oh, yeah. Imagine if you were in the pub and you were chatting to someone and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone else approached them, just turned them and just slapped them in the face with a leather glove.
Silk, fine glove.
And everyone just goes,
lovely gentleman attire.
Oh!
I challenge you to a duel, sir. Well, I accept. Right,
It
meet me tomorrow at dawn.
Yeah. Meet me at the Fairfields.
1 bullet, 1 pistol. Stand like a man.
Gloves. Slappy gloves.
Enjoy your night. It will be your last. Get down
I
to
want to see
the old cat house behind Nando's.
I want the duel to be that people are only allowed to slap each other
or
with
the
a leather
duel
glove.
from Gladiators.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, they literally run off and start being on Gladiators. That's how you get
it.
invited to Gladiators.
Gladiators.
That's how you join it.
Man, that'd be sick. I'd like that.
So, as I was saying, Nando's would do it, and we were in Nando's, Shoreditch.
Got it on the brain, bro.
Well, got on the brain. We might have to go for a cheeky one after this. And
I'm not going to Staines.
Oh, is that the closest
That's
one?
the closest.
I wouldn't even go to Kingston actually right now.
No.
We'll get something else.
Get
We were
pizza.
in Shoreditch, and
We were, yeah.
We were
That
in
was a lovely
Shoreditch.
day, wasn't it?
That was probably the nicest
Just
day
getting back
we've had.
to summer
That
or
was
summery
the nicest,
weather.
nice,
We had a
clear blue.
bitchin'
I
day.
actually wore shorts
I wish I'd worn
without
shorts.
jeans in my bag as a backup.
My legs
Like
were
literally, I was in shorts, and
sweaty.
it was so hot.
Well, I did turn my. I got so
You
desperate.
got your ankles out.
I got my ankles out. Yeah, I rolled down. Oh my god.
You were in Shoreditch, mate. You had to get your ankles
I was
out.
such a cliche that day.
We were. You just turn into a cliche when you're there. I mean, we were ended up in the beer garden of a pub, and I say garden alley, but it was nice. It was nice.
It was a patio of some sort.
Yeah, and we were sat out there, and we were like, right, okay, so we want to do this podcast. Let's get some ideas down, and we started, listening to some
Spitballing,
shit.
bullshit.
And then I was like, Joe, fuck, you do realise we're sat in a pub in Shoreditch discussing and working on our podcast. Being a dickhead's cool.
That was it, yeah.
Like, but you know what?
I organise a vegan crunk night.
We can now pull it down to we were just doing some undercover journalism.
That was it, yeah. For Vice.
That's what
Just
we're doing. Not for, just to clarify, not for Vice.
Not for Vice.
But that's what I'm saying. So, although it was only us being cunts in Shoreditch, there was more that caught my eye when we were there.
Yeah.
And it's that we passed a kebab shop called Best Kebabs.
Ah, yeah.
Now, this reminds me that places, that even in Shoreditch, their shit don't stink because everyone has a Best Kebab. They're fucking everywhere. So many kebab shops are called Best Kebabs.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah. It's
So, what is like the best? I mean, how do they know? Because many people are making this claim.
Do you think there's like a kebab inspector?
Perhaps.
That could be it.
Well, there is, but we'll get into that in a minute. While we're on the list of kebab names, Best Kebabs, I see them all the time. It's not a very exciting name. There's one near us called Legend Kebab Centre.
It's tried so hard to sound like leisure centre.
Like Legend Kebab Centre. The best part is they opened another shop. They opened another shop not that far away, and it's called Legend Kebab Centre 2.
Oh, come on!
It's actually called that on the sign.
No way.
Yes, and not even like actually the number 2.
So they haven't even tried to think
just
of a different name.
To be fair, I did take a look at it, and the online reviews are pretty good.
You've been on Yelp, have you?
I had a look. I did. I wasn't.
I can't believe
I'm not going to
people...
badmouth it. I've not eaten there. I've just seen the names.
Of course you can't.
But I wanted to have a little look to see whether it was obviously worthy enough to open a sequel.
I can't believe that people have enough time in their life to write food review for kebab places.
One of them, I wish I had one of them. I remember one of them was a guy. He got back and was really, really drunk, and he lived quite close. And he ordered like chicken nuggets or something stupid like that.
Dangerous.
And it
Dangerous
took
game.
ages to get delivered. And eventually he
'cause
rang
they had
up
to
and they'd obviously
buy 'em.
forgotten it. Yeah, and they bought it, and he just fired off this terrible review about how they didn't do his order. And right at the end, he was like, "The nuggets were nice."
That paragraph of like, I fucking can't believe they would take this long. But they're nice actually. It's quite delicious. It's like he was halfway through. He was like halfway through his rant. He's clearly just thought, "Oh, I'm a bit peckish. Let's have one of these nuggets." And then just like,
Oh, lovely nugget.
actually, they're quite delicious.
Quite
Actually,
good,
yeah.
actually. I'll give them that. I'll change it to 2 stars, I guess. So let's drop some facts on you about kebabs.
Yep.
Kebabs bring 2 billion to Britain's economy.
2 billion.
2.2 billion. The first one opened in North London in 1966. There are now over 20,000 in the UK.
I bet they did good. That was the year that England won the World Cup.
Selling.
They must have been brilliant that night.
Selling an estimated 1.3 million a day. Not just at one shop, just the 20,000
over
in the UK.
the entire UK.
Yeah,
1.3
a day. Sorry, so there's 20,000 in UK, and between all of them, they sell 1.3 million a day.
That seems like a retarded number of retarded people.
It's big,
I mean,
right?
I've got no qualms against kebabs or anything like that.
I haven't actually had a kebab for quite a while because the last few months I'm going through this phase where when I get drunk, I just don't feel hungry.
I'm the
tipsy.
complete
When I'm
opposite.
tipsy, I'm like, fuck, I'm starving.
Yeah.
But then once I get to that point, I just feel bloated and heavy. I just don't eat anymore. Used to always go out and eat. Now I'm just like, and I literally just go the whole night without eating.
Fucking hell, I need to eat, man. Like I can't be doing these empty stomach piss.
No, I'm not saying I haven't eaten before, but I don't get drunk. And although, to be fair, that night, within the first time in ages, I threw up. I had to run out the pub to be sick.
Yes.
I did just get my stuff. Well, Joe had to go in and get my stuff and send me away.
Yeah, I
literally
still
went
can't believe you
straight to
couldn't
the
go
shop
back
and got a
inside.
chicken swarm.
You texted me actually, and I was like, "Oh man, I could totally have a chicken."
And there was a
shawarma
fox sat on the bench next to me the whole
Yeah,
time.
that blew my
watching me
mind.
eat.
You were just
Watching
like
me eat.
hanging out with a fox.
I
And eating
didn't talk
chicken.
to it. I didn't make eye contact.
That would have been if someone had walked past seeing you chat to a fox, you would have that would have been like a
It would have been
viral
great.
picture.
Yeah, I mean that would have been our children's book we wrote.
Yeah.
You know, Greg's sick, goes off, gets a chicken shawarma, and then sits down with
Greg
a fox.
Greg and the Hungry Fox.
Yeah.
That's it. Coming out in August.
Check it out. It's going to be terrible. So that's what was going on. So there was the third annual UK Kebab Awards happened in January of this year in London.
Now, I only found out about these Kebab Awards this year.
It was only going for 3 years.
But that's just like, that seems like the weirdest thing to have an event for.
Apparently, I saw pictures actually, a very swanky event.
Yeah.
Very swanky.
Can you imagine, like, it's
Suits.
like all the Turkish cousins that are like working in there and stuff like that? That's not racist. There's a lot of Turkish people.
No, I didn't say it
and
was
they're the
racist.
best. They're the best people to work there because they know the secrets to making good meat.
Bit racist.
It's depends how you. Well, I'm sorry, Turkey. All right. But yeah, no, I really can't imagine it. Just everyone, just all like in tuxedos inside.
Mate, it
Like,
looked great. I
did
really want to go.
Did they serve kebabs?
Well, from what I saw in the pictures, yes, it looked like it. But I don't know if it was like a platter from each one that was there. Or
What, they were allowed to, like, bring their own kebabs?
Yeah, or whether they
it's
had
all
like
the same
chefs
meat.
in.
Come on, this not. They're all getting it from the same supplier.
Whether they had chefs in especially for it, I don't know. Or the winners of the previous year did it. But it looked
like a Eurovision sort of thing.
it looked
the
fucking
winner
awesome.
has to host like the next year.
Well, we saw, didn't we, a band called the Wonder Beers.
Yeah.
Who, we played a gig with down the Fighting Cocks in Kingston. They went.
Yeah, Wonder Beers are cool.
They went. Like,
They did, yeah. They were
pictures on
invited, I
Facebook,
believe. Like,
because they've done a fair few. Their songs are basically about drinking,
getting
kebabs.
pissed, and having a good time, and getting a bit of food at the end of the night.
Yeah, it's a proper good night to see them live. And yeah, when you're in that drunken frame of mind, they are playing songs about your thoughts.
Oh yeah.
So, but they were invited. That's how I first saw about it when they went on Facebook, and I was just like, "Fucking hell, there's Kebab Awards."
There's Kebab Awards, yeah.
And it was January this year. It was the third one. So let's. I wonder how many best kebabs entered.
They were just like, of course we're the best.
When they were, imagine if they were reading out and say best kebabs won. The winner is best kebabs, and like 17 people stand up.
They're just like, right, I see.
And then they're like, no, I meant the best kebab in Wandsworth,
Bradford.
but only like 3 sit down because there were 100 in there as well.
They're there, it's like, oh, this is going to be tougher than I thought.
I meant on Rogerman Street.
And then
there's
the one
still 2 left dead up.
And they're looking at each other like they're going to kill.
Yeah, that's it, and that's how you find out. That's
Right.
They narrow it down to 2,
left.
and they just throw a kebab skewer down, and that's it. Just one.
That's it.
And
Fight to the
They
death.
got to fight to the
and
death.
everyone gets up and it's just like, "Ah!" A massive like ring forms, and they're all there.
Kebab Wars.
They're fighting like on a
This
on a
week
layer.
on Kebab Wars.
They're
Best
fighting on like
kebab versus best kebab with
who's
Cheeky
gonna win?
Nandos.
With Cheeky Nandos as referee.
Yeah, they can't compete.
Just fighting on a layer of kebab meat.
So, best kebabs was the winner of best kebabs. The winner was not a best kebab.
Really?
Obviously, they're all lying.
To be fair, I think in that situation they should be forced
And
to
it
rename.
wasn't even called Better Kebab. That one.
Yeah.
No. So there's 2 winners.
Was it Legend Kebab Centre?
Oh, I wish. Legends of Best. No, it's part 2.
Part 2.
Legend Kebab Centre 3.
The
coming
outsider.
soon.
I like it.
So there was 2 winners. There was the London winner and the outside of London winner.
Yeah.
So
How come London gets its own like category?
I imagine that's where
the most are.
90% of the kebabs are coming from.
90%, yeah.
So the winner of the 3rd annual Kebab Awards was not a best kebabs. It was Super Kebab.
Of course.
Super Kebab.
The superhero of the kebab shops.
So, if you're in London
Mate,
and
the
you
best-
see
imagine-
I haven't seen a Super Kebab.
I haven't. No, I haven't as well.
I haven't seen one.
To be fair, I really don't pay enough attention to the titles. I
Oh,
just
man,
see
you've got to.
rotating meat,
You've
and
got-
I'm just
you've-
like,
you've got
I'm
to
on
start
it.
paying attention to the names.
Yeah.
They're-
The only
they're
one I do
amazing.
know of is Aroma, because it's
They're
like the one
amazing.
in Kingston.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a kebab
that's-
shop, but
yeah,
it's a bit more of a posh kebab
I wouldn't
shop.
say it's posh.
It's not posh, but
it doesn't look posh.
yeah, it has weird opening hours, but
It
it's
does,
good though.
yeah.
It's great food.
It is
there.
delicious.
But yeah, Super
God damn
Kebab.
it.
I've never seen a Super Kebab before.
I have never.
It's insane.
Do you reckon it's got like the Superman logo,
That would be great.
and they're getting sued on the regular?
We'll have to go and take.
We have
some
to.
Super
So
Kebab.
we have to find a super kebab.
Yeah, we have to find the Super Kebab.
Could you imagine all the guys at the award ceremony just like all the
Change
best,
their
all the
names
best,
to
all the best
Super
kebabs,
Kebabs.
all the best kebabs? Yeah, because the year before it was best kebab that won. But like all the other best kebabs that are there, they're just so bitter. Just like, oh my God,
Yeah, well
yeah.
done, well
this
done.
guy.
Get the car.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
So, who won outside of London?
Was
There was
it
a
best
winner
kebab?
outside of London. No, the winner was it was in Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
And it was
They
called,
must-
here we go, the best kebab shop outside of London at the 3rd UK Kebab Awards was Bolton Kebab Burger and Pizza House.
That's multiple choice. You can't. There must have been uproar.
Bolton Kebab Burger Pizza House.
That is. It's not even got the word kebab in it.
It has.
Oh, it has?
Bolton Kebab. It's the
Oh
first
shit!
one.
All right. I got distracted by burger and
Yes.
pizza.
Yes, well, they were
See,
they were after kebab.
Yeah, but they to me feel like the better options at
It does.
2 in the morning.
It's true. Yeah, I agree. Like, but that was that was the winner out of the UK.
That's unreal.
So
I
we've got
don't-
Super
I-
Kebabs in
I
London and
reckon-
Bolton Kebab Burger and Pizza House in Liverpool.
I reckon there was uproar because people would be like,
'Cause
"What are
no-
you talking about? It's not a kebab house.
People like
It does
throwing-
burgers and pizzas."
And the manager of Bolton Kebab Burger and Pizza House in Liverpool couldn't be here tonight, so he's joining us via Skype.
Just like behind the desk,
Just
still
outside,
just
so
just
happy.
cutting meat.
Yeah, just working away between, just not.
It's like I couldn't.
He
there's
doesn't
no-
even say anything. He just nods at the camera, nods at Skype, just nods.
Someone just hands award to him. Just like, thank you.
Oh yeah, cheers, thank you. Just throws it back because he's busy.
Yeah.
So now, separate kebab-related topic here. I tried to find the worst kebab in London.
Yeah.
There were hundreds, and they were bad. So the worst one I found.
Well, you always everyone. It's kind of like the sort of. I always thought before I ever had a kebab, I thought it was always just this sort of like no sort of like
Yeah.
food to have.
Yeah.
But then yet everybody ate it.
because yeah,
Everyone's just like, oh no,
well, they're fine and they're not. They're like
I mean,
yellow.
I've had some fucking horrible kebabs.
Oh, we all have.
I went to see 100 Reasons at the Hippodrome when it was like New Slang or something like that,
Yeah.
and got wasted because like doubles were like £3, and you know who's gonna say no to that? So I ended up getting a kebab, and the next day I threw up violently at work, and at least half the kebab had not really been
I've had that
digested
before.
enough.
I had that with chicken shawarma, man. I was eating it in a wrap, and I threw up a few minutes later, and it was like I was throwing up a cock. Like, it was insane.
Oh man.
So I must clarify: this is not the worst kebab shop in London.
Yeah.
This was just.
Can we even say it?
This was what someone said was
this
to
is-
them the
this was
worst
someone's-
name.
Oh, right.
Kebab. The worst named kebab shop in London.
Yeah.
This isn't an official. Abracadabra.
What are you talking
I
about?
would fucking eat there.
I
I would
would
eat
totally
there.
eat there.
I even if it had the worst ratings in the world.
Man, I'm so on board for businesses that are puns.
I would
There's so
definitely-
many good
definitely
ones
eat
as well. There's one in bloody microphone. There's a place in Feltham which is a glass store, and it's literally called Pain in the Glass.
Oh man, amazing.
But it's like Pain is Payne, and it's just like That's one of the greatest like sort of ones I've ever seen.
Fucking hell. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
So I couldn't find the worst one in London. I can say this because it was in a news article. 8.
So it's not slander or libel.
Heinous food safety violations at the worst kebab shop in Britain. 8. Okay, reason 1. 9 customers are confirmed to have fallen ill with food poisoning after eating his food. A further 9 are currently under investigation.
What, nine other people shitting their brains out?
This is from 2013. It's in Cardiff. Reason number 2. One of the 9 was a 12-year-old boy who suffered kidney failure and had to be hospitalised for 2 weeks.
Wow. Dear God. What did they feed him?
Another victim was unwell for almost a month after an E. coli poisoning.
Jesus Christ.
Staff used dirty towels to wipe off kebab skewers.
Ebola was present.
Raw meat and ready-to-serve foods.
That's even I know not to do that.
Well,
I'm a fucking
they
idiot.
were stored side by side, causing cross-contamination.
That's how you get salmonella.
Staff washed their hands in the same sink that the food was washed in.
Ugh, you dirty fuckers.
A rusty dough mixer was used to defrost frozen meat. I don't know how that works. A rusty dough mixer was used to defrost frozen meat.
Surely that would just
Something they
beat
threw
it
in there?
beat it to shit. Or they just picked it up and dropped it on it.
I don't just bash the ice
Yeah.
off the top. The owner attempted to deep fry his utensils instead of cleaning them.
Excuse me? It doesn't sound like the smartest people working at this place, man.
I will deep fry my utensils rather than clean them.
Yeah, but then you gotta like fucking batter it up.
Well,
that is just
yeah, deep fried spatula here for you, sir.
that is dickhead behaviour. That is just who even thinks like that?
Obviously, this guy. I remember there was an Indian quite near where I lived in Chesington. I shouldn't say that actually. And
That's alright.
not who owns it now, but the previous owner got in trouble because at night he was switching off the power to like the freezer to save on money,
fucking dickhead.
and then turning it back on in the morning.
Man, how are people not this logical? Like, just like, oh, hang on, wait, if I turn that off and that's not going to work, then that's going to fuck everything up. That's all right, I'll still just deep fry it or something.
Yeah, well, that's
That'd
it.
be
Yeah.
fine.
Throw it in there.
Fucking hell. That is ridiculous.
So there you are. That was the wonderful world of kebabs.
Kebabs.
I really want one now, actually.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not right now. Actually, that probably put
Mate,
me
there's
off,
the old,
actually,
there's
after
the-
reading that.
There's the Golden Grill down
Golden Grill.
in Sunbury Cross.
No, I want a Legends kebab.
Oh, well.
The legendary. Has to be kebab
At
centre
the
2.
Kebab Centre.
Because you can work out as well.
So
'cause
you
it's
go
a-
to
it's a
number 2,
centre,
you go to 2, and I'll go to 1.
and we'll order the same thing and
then we'll
compare
combine
afterwards.
them and the world will end.
Oh, man. That's a scary thought. You
like
have
if
to
you,
stop them opening a third one.
If you Google,
That would be it.
what would happen?
Just fucking...
Nothing.
The
You
sky
just end up on
turns
Google.
red. And
cloud.
hashtags fall from the sky.
Oh, Cheeky Nandos.
So now we come to a part of the show where I actually don't know anything about this.
You don't know.
We're
I
going to
kept
throw it
I've
over
kept
to
this
Joe.
very quiet.
This is Joe's segment.
We're gonna there's gonna be a couple of segments over the episodes.
Yeah, it's how we'll probably come to the end of each episode is with these two segments.
These cheeky little segments. A cheeky segment.
You generally said cheeky.
I know,
didn't you,
yeah,
as well?
I did. Didn't even mean it. But we were sort of thinking of other ideas for this and what we could sort of throw in there. We thought like a little sort of side game that we'd play is a little thing I like to call Joe's Corner of Fear. It's
his room.
It's my room, yeah. Basically, I did a little bit of research about phobias because there seems like there's a lot of fucking phobias around.
Oh man, every day there's more. Made.
There's new ones every day, and there is in fact a website that I went on, and it's literally like the A to Z of phobias. So what I'm basically going to do is just pick out a phobia. And I'm gonna make Greg guess what the actual thing is, a phobia of. So
Make
I mean,
me
as,
do anything.
Yeah. So as an example, if I were to say to you, arson phobia, what would you think that was?
Fire.
It's actually a fear of Arsene Wenger, the Arsenal boss. No, it is. It's a fear of fire.
Okay.
So some are going to be simple like that, but there's going to be others. The one I have chosen for our kickoff episode is, if I can get to it in time, and my fucking computer doesn't freeze. Yes. So today's phobia is, Greg, are you ready?
Yes.
Genophobia. That's
Now, is it going to be
genophobia?
So is it going to be a fear of actual pairs of jeans, as in denim, like how they fit, or is it going to be a fear of like blood work?
So you've narrowed it down. I can make those two choices one choice by saying that it is not related to denim jeans.
Oh, okay. So we're looking more like an internal.
And it's not. This one's actually kind of pretty tricky because the actual sort of name doesn't really give away like what it might be. Like Arsene phobia is clearly fire and not Arsene Wenger. So genophobia, it's. Yeah, it's. I mean, blood work.
It's nothing to do with your genes in your human.
Nothing to
cell.
do with clothing, no. Which would have actually been pretty sweet,
but not even
considering
clothing,
we chatted about
like your body, your cells.
No, it does involve the body, but not the inner beings.
What? Legs? Is it a fear of legs? Knees, kneecaps. Fear of kneecaps.
I fear knees.
Yes.
That's why people wear longer skirts.
Well, there we go. Aim jeans.
That's it. It's no, it's not a fear of knees or legs. It's more.
Is it hair?
It's not hair. No, it's
Is it like inheriting something like on a genetic level from your elders?
Not so much. No, I'm trying to think of a decent clue that I can give you. It does involve the body, but on a more intimate level.
Oh, penis.
That's part of it.
Oh, bollock.
That's another part of it.
Okay.
It's not fear of bollocks.
Scrotum as a whole. The fear of getting ball cancer.
It's nothing to do with cancer, unfortunately.
Okay.
Not this time round. There is a fear of cancer, which I think lives in everyone.
Which is actually just called.
It's
fear.
just fear. Yeah. Everyone fears cancer. No one's like, oh, you know what? I'm all right with it.
Yeah. No.
Because you're not. It's horrible.
So I'm gonna. Oh man.
It's genophobia. It's you're in the kind of sort of right ballpark. No pun intended. with the whole sort of like.
Is it genitals in general?
It's
a fear of genitals. It is
pretty much.
Okay.
It's actually a fear of sex.
Oh, okay.
Which I was not aware of.
I would have called that like fuck phobia.
Fuck phobia. No, because that just sounds like you're being like, nah, man, fuck phobia.
My fear of phobia is phobias. That's a fear of phobia. It's a phobia of phobias.
Phobia. That's a phobia. Yeah. I have a phobia of phobias.
Yes, fuck them.
So yeah, it's a fear of sex, which apparently is a bit more common than you would think.
I actually would think it was quite common, to be honest.
I mean, I'd understand, sort of being slightly terrified of a vagina the first time you see one, because
growling at you.
Yeah, just sort of like drooling at the mouth. Talking. That's when you should be concerned. When it's talking.
Joe, why don't you put yourself inside me? Come inside.
Why is it cold? Why is it shivering?
I don't know.
Man up.
Yes, they're in flip-flops.
They
went outside in summer attire and they got cold later on.
Nun's vagina. The coldest vaginas in the world. So goes the joke. But apparently it is quite a common phobia. I think that's quite hilarious, in all honesty.
Yes. The name doesn't really seem to fit it though, which is.
It doesn't. No, you would have chosen something better.
Even like intercourse phobia or intercourse and
interphobia.
That sounds like a golf course.
Yeah.
I paid 18 holes to intercourse and me the other day.
I do actually kind of fuck phobia is starting to grow on me. That's really starting to grow on me. I've got a fuck phobia. What?
Could it work then? I mean, like, if you took a girl home, actually, by the way, I suffer from...
Why would you even bother taking her
and
home?
just be like, I actually just brought you home because I was working for company. I want someone to watch the last episode of Lost with me because I've been putting it off for the last couple of years.
Have you seen any of Lost? No.
Well,
then we'll watch all 6 seasons in one night. You can't leave. Actually. Please don't leave me.
Yes. I'm going to put on Lost, actually.
Because you wouldn't...
But I've got a fear of Lost.
Lost phobia.
Lost phobia. I know it well, yes. Fuck Lost phobia.
I wonder if there's a fear of being lost.
Don't worry, I've got Orange Is the New Black instead. We're going to watch that.
Oh, that's good, though. That's all right. That's not too bad.
No fear of sex on that.
No fear of sex in that. Unless you don't like vaginas.
Oh...
Then you've got genophobia.
Genophobia.
But yeah, I'm just having a look to see if there is a fear of Lost, and it's just sent me back to the website that I was on. So I'll look into that next time.
Excellent, great.
But this actually then goes into another segment of ours.
Yes.
Which I believe you can maybe tell us about, Greg. Maybe.
We have a segment where we're going to be answering problem pages. I mean, these aren't things people have written to us, but by all means, do email and tweet us with your agony on issues. Don't take our advice seriously.
It would be completely anonymous if you don't want us to tell you.
We won't, but everyone would see it if you tweeted us, though.
Yeah, you would.
So email if you want to keep it private. We will read it out. So don't give us your real name, and we will discuss it, and the advice will not be good. So the idea is we want to answer some agony aunt questions. We've lifted certain questions from papers, problem pages online, various places to get them from.
This all actually came about from our love of Dear Deirdre, didn't we? We do love amazing. Dear old Deirdre.
And we have discussed in the pub how we would answer them. So now we're going to do it for you guys.
Yep.
So this segment is going to be called You Didn't Ask For It, but Here's Our Advice.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question? I don't want your advice. I don't want it. I don't need to listen to your talk to me. I don't want your advice. Just think you should marry the dog and be happy. I don't need to know what you have to say.
Disclaimer, do not take our advice. If you do, we'll not be held accountable for inevitable heartbreak. Thank you.
So, here we go. I'm going to read you out the first one I have. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm worried that I pleasure myself too much. My friends keep telling me that it leads to poor memory and lack of concentration. I've been masturbating at least 3 times a day since I was 15. I'm 20 now, and still a virgin. I'm addicted to this, and I'm worrying it will have a negative impact on my life. This is worrying me. I'm worried as well.
Yeah, I'm worried because I sent you that text privately, and now you're saying it.
Well, you're not 20 years old.
I'm not. No, well, of course, there's a few things that you've obviously edited to spare my feelings.
Well, in that case, I'm worried about you. I'm worried. I'm generally worried. I mean, the fact this guy's been masturbating.
That's a good
since
5
he was
years.
15 years old till 20, and hasn't known the touch of a woman yet. Even a man, if that's his preference, still you're a virgin.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed.
So.
Unless he has to put his hand around her neck just so it feels phallic.
And just jerk it off a bit.
Yeah, just jerk her neck
So
off.
3 times a day since I was 15 for 5 years.
Has he got the time?
How has he got the fun? He must be doing it at work or on the run.
Wakes up early
if he's
in the morning.
working, I mean, he's 20 now, he's got to be working unless he is at home with no job.
Well, I mean, it's not mentioned in there, but
if
I mean,
he's not worked for the whole
we're
time,
in a situation where we kind of have to make these judgments.
So we're going to just assume he has a job.
Well, let's say he has a job.
So that means he's at least doing. We'll think about it as meals. So he's knocking one out at breakfast.
Yeah.
And then he's having one at lunch.
Not on breakfast.
That could be.
Ugh.
And then he's having one at lunch. He's having a cheeky one at lunch. And then he's knocking one out for pudding after dinner.
With Cheeky Nandos at lunchtime.
And then after dinner, one for pudding. Just knocking it out. And then off to bed he buys. And
the only other thing I can think of is that he is doing speed and just knocking out 3 in one night, from midnight till sunrise.
I mean, doing speed or any kind of drug like that, I don't know how great your erection and wanking ability is going to hold up.
This guy seems like a pro. This guy seems like a professional. He does seem like a pro. He seems like he knows what he's doing.
If there was a 3rd UK Virgin Wanking Awards, I think he would be up there.
I'd get invited to that.
So you need to basically, my advice to you, I'm gonna say, is to stop.
Yeah,
don't stop wanking.
Maybe just
don't spend all day wanking. Go and talk to a girl.
Go talk to her. And maybe with her consent, stick your penis in her.
Oh, yeah, with her consent.
Get it out of the way.
I'm not looking forward, I don't want to read the follow-up letter from her point of view if you do it
just
without
why
consent.
did you tell this guy to stick his penis in me? He was so much more fun when he was masturbating furiously.
Parents would be so angry with us. But maybe they'll like him in the house. Who knows? gives the mum something to do, clean up. But yeah, I would say.
Well, you reckon he just leaves it lying around?
Maybe.
Three
times a day. I mean, I think he's actually at a point now where he doesn't even prepare. He knows spots where he can just ditch it and go.
I was going to say, either that or because if he had like just a bin full of tissues, you'd ask questions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And especially if he hasn't. I mean, he must love it when he gets the flu because he gets to cover it up a little bit.
Oh man, of course.
And just be like,
I imagine he's just doing
when
it
you got the flu, you haven't got the energy.
Out the window, perhaps.
There's an idea.
Just straight up the fucking window.
Into like the neighbours.
Bird shit on the car.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand. There's no fucking trees out here, but my car's always covered in bird shit, says his dad.
It's a flyby. It's a flyby shitting.
Constantly on my roof.
But
splodges of it.
That does seem to be excessive, to say the least.
So, I mean, how are we going to advise this chap? I mean, I'm actually saying just maybe cut out the middle one. Maybe cut out wank number 2.
Off.
No, just cut out the second wank of the day.
No, that was my advice. Cut your penis off. Just cut it off. Just get rid of it.
So you will stay a virgin for life.
Yeah, there you go. And you can die pure.
Go outside and just go to a bar. Or, you know what? Fuck it. You're 20, man. You ain't got time to fuck around. You need to get an escort or go to Amsterdam or something.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if you've still a virgin and you've been wanking 3 times a day for 5 years, you're going to ejaculate as soon as her pants come off.
Seriously.
I mean, you will. So
you're most likely
ready for that. So I'd actually say in this instance, have a wank before you visit the prostitute.
Might be, yeah.
Actually, I mean, literally as you knock on the door, be finishing up.
You're ejaculating onto her doorstep.
Yeah. As the doors opens,
you will get charged for that.
You might do if it gets past the threshold of a property. But once you're in there and you've paid your money, then just stick it in and let it happen.
Because if it's not in her mouth, she won't clean it up.
It feels so much different, and you'll probably not need to wank for at least dinner.
Yeah.
You might better hold out. Maybe have a brunch. You might have a brunch wank, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, if you enjoy your leisurely activity of furious masturbation, then that's absolutely fine. But maybe just try, cutting down.
Yeah.
Cutting it down a little bit,
Oh man, it must look like Captain Hook down there.
God.
It must be so far to the.
I reckon it looks like
the
proper
curling up. It must be such a curvature on it. I
reckon it's
a fishing hook.
I reckon it's muscly as hell.
Oh yeah,
veiny.
One arm looks like Popeye.
Yeah,
absolutely,
completely. Yeah,
absolutely.
The other one looks like an Ethiopian child.
Just splodges on his hand. Where like the UV light. If you put the UV light over his hand.
There's an app for that now. Apparently, you can change your.
How terrifying! I bet the hotels are shitting themselves.
I just don't want anyone to rub a black light over me. I don't know where I've been.
I know. I need to know.
I forget.
I have one more. We're gonna do here. One more.
I have.
Joe has one.
I actually have one.
Oh,
which,
do it.
This actually goes in line with the phobia that I just shared. So this is kind of, he doesn't really admit it, but the way that he describes his issues, or his agony, if you will,
yes,
it kind of suggests that he might be slightly terrified of sex. So this is the message. It's I'm 17 and my girlfriend is 18. We have been together for over 6 months and things are going so well. But as you can imagine, she is starting to ask me for sex. Oh. This wouldn't be a problem if I wasn't so worried about doing it. It's only... He is quite worried. He's really concerned. Yeah, and some of the things that he says is just so ridiculous. It's not the thought of knowing what I'm doing, not knowing what I'm doing. It's just the thought of splitting her labia. And recently, I've become very anxious at the thought of vaginas. I have only ever had sexual experience once, and it went very wrong. I do not wish to discuss this, but it did truly
Did
put
he
me
write
on
that,
sex.
or was that
Yeah,
you?
no,
It was
he
like,
did.
you don't
He
want to
wrote it.
discuss it.
No, he just said,
I thought that
I've
was
only
you
had
that
one
wanted to
sexual
discuss it.
experience, and this went very wrong. I do not wish to discuss what happened that night, but he has well and truly put me off sex. Now,
A lion attacked him.
the rest of it is pretty much just him just sort of like saying like, look, I really want to have sex with my girlfriend, but I don't want to lose her because she's really interested, but this all terrifies me. But I don't give a fuck about any of that because I want to know what fucked him up so bad.
What the hell? What was up with that vagina?
I don't know.
Why is he scared? Because he specifically
Maybe it
said he's
wasn't a
scared of
vagina.
vaginas.
Maybe
If he's
it
scared
wasn't.
of vaginas, think of a friendly face instead.
Yeah,
think
not
of,
Predator.
General Akbar from Star Wars. Lando
his head-
Calrissian's co-pilot.
His head does.
It's a
look,
trap!
His head does look a little bit like a clitoris, though.
Ah, okay. Oh man, I mean,
But-
what happened that night?
I know. I'm thinking he's confusing sexual experience with sexual abuse, and because that's not something that you should really call an experience.
Not well, it is an experience.
It is an experience,
Not
but
in,
no one ever
not
says,
in like
"Oh,
a
had a
Disneyland
sexual-"
kind of way.
Had a sexual experience
Or
last
the
night.
Chess
Oh,
of
what's
All
that?
Adventures kind of way.
Yeah. But as well, also,
Don't wish to discuss.
I
what
don't
happened
wish
that
to discuss
night.
it.
My
The bit
God.
that I knew this was just brilliant as soon as I read this bit. It's just the thought of splitting her labia. Now, in
You're
the way
reading
of
too many books. No one says labia.
yeah, I don't even know what it is.
I'm not going to be like, ooh, I want to get right up in that labia.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine whispering that in a
over
girl?
that labia.
Could you imagine whispering that in a girl's ear, just
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't wait to get inside your. I'm gonna lick your labia. Oh, I just can't wait to see your labia.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine that.
But it's the idea of him splitting it. So my first bit of advice to this is a guy called Dan.
Okay,
So
is that
Dan,
his real name?
Yeah, I'm assuming that is not his name.
No, okay. If it
'cause
is,
someone out.
it's hard
he's-
to narrow it down.
He's
Dan.
talked to someone clearly.
There's many Dans.
Yeah,
That's
there's
a
a lot of
sensible
Dans.
name. It's a
Dan!
sensible name.
Dan. So my first bit of advice, really, I would say to him is to stop thinking that your penis is an iron bar that's going to split her
He's very
fucking.
sure of himself.
He is pretty damn sure.
He is
for a
yeah.
person that's had a bad experience, which he doesn't
Yeah.
want to talk about. It's yeah. I don't know why he thinks these things, because that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Yeah, I'd say my advice is like you say, stop being scared of your own dick for a start. I mean, this
Seriously.
problem obviously goes much further. You're blaming the labia.
You're
blaming the
Don't blame
vagina.
Labia.
Yeah,
Vote
but-
labia.
Yeah. So that's not the issue. I think you're scared of your own dick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been comparing it to other men's sizes, but I imagine
Don't do that.
you're not as masculine as perhaps you think you are.
Uh-huh.
And second to that, just fucking the bottom line is, no matter who you ask that question to, the answer is always going to be you have to basically just have sex. Otherwise, you tell her I'm not ready yet, and if you've
goes
been
on-
together
it
6
goes on for the
months,
rest of your life.
she might understand. I mean, it's surprising it's taken 6 months for you to get here. I mean, I imagine you have been
Yeah.
putting this off for a bit. She must be getting suspicious now, especially if she's reading this website. She's
Yeah,
probably written a similar
she's-
letter being like, he keeps crying every time he sees my vagina
Yeah. That's terrifying.
and saying, ooh, lovely labia.
I would rather.
Lovely labour. I love that
Ooh,
labour. I'm
labia.
voting labour.
Dear God, your labia is exotic and exquisite.
Whispers to me.
But I can't go near it.
But it whispers.
It terrifies me.
Stay away.
Stay away.
Don't enter me.
I think the only last bit of advice I would really give to this guy is fucking share what you happened to you
Yes.
that made you fucking so
Yes,
scared.
and share it with her, and then share it with us. But
Seriously, I
share it
need
with her.
to- I-
Share it with her first. People, if anyone's listening, please email or tweet us what possibly could have happened this night.
Yeah, we want to hear from you as
wanna
well.
know, so that'd be great.
We want suggestions as to what happened to Dan.
So we're going to say, stop being scared of your own dick, and basically tell us what happened that night, and tell her what happened that night, and then have sex with her. She might give you a
Bang.
test run for free. The first time's never the best time, to be
Why
fair.
would his girlfriend
The first
charge
time's
him?
never the best time with
No, the
with a
first
girl.
time is the worst time.
You've got to get the shit time out the way, so you've had your shit time from the sounds of it. prepare yourself perhaps for a second shit time because it's a new girl and you're worried. But once you get that out of the way, hopefully you'll be able to go 10, 15 minutes later. Don't leave it till like breakfast. Like, don't leave it too long because then it's,
Yeah, because then you won't eat breakfast.
Then that becomes an actual memory.
Yeah.
It sets in time.
You went Fraser Crane right there, huh? You really went for it.
Yes.
That was good.
I am. I was looking at Ross.
You could be
through
an
the
agony
window.
uncle.
Okay, so I really want to do this last one.
Yeah.
So one more to go. My partner can't climax during sex, and I think he's having it with someone else. He says it's the drugs he's taking that caused the problem. It's driving me insane. We have been together for 3 years, and our sex life was great. At first, he just started taking heroin, just now and again. But now it's got to the stage where he takes it every day. He's lost his sex drive. It's frustrating, and I can't keep thinking he's cheating on me. I'm 31 and he's 32. He's been taking methadone to help him stop. I don't know whether he's telling the truth or not about the effects of heroin on his sex drive. Please trump up a mind of these. First point.
Yeah.
He just glosses over the fact he's on heroin.
Yeah.
As if like it's.
She said
the
like
normal
drugs he
thing as
used.
well.
I was thinking like oh, you know, he smokes a bit of weed
she
or
talks
something.
about he can't climax, so she's worried he's having an affair. And then we've been
She
together.
really
We've been
spirals in it,
together
doesn't
all
she?
this time, and it's like the fourth thing she lists is
Oh, by the way, he's on heroin.
But at first you're just taking heroin every now and again.
She's so blasé about it. Just like
It makes me think perhaps she takes heroin as well.
Yeah, they both definitely sound like a pair of smackheads.
But like, it's just the way, just steps over it, just so as if it's everyday occurrence. You can't be that bad into it if you're writing in or writing up on forums and sending stuff into papers to ask.
I think her first like rough draft of that letter was just like, ever since he started putting needles in his dick.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is.
She was just like, no, I can't write that. Just like.
The advice I'll give you is perhaps don't give up on the guy.
Give up heroin.
But do give up heroin. You say he's taking methadone to help him stop, but you're also saying he's taking every day the heroin still. So, I mean, he could be having an affair with you. Maybe he's made up the heroin
No,
part.
you know what? These people don't even deserve advice. Just like, that is not a problem. The problem is right in front of you, and that is the fact that it's possible that you're both
She
on
could
heroin.
have written a separate letter to like a drug
Yeah.
clinic.
It's like, oh, by the way,
so it's where maybe the sex drive is mentioned more importantly.
I don't know.
Maybe they'll mention where the heroin is mentioned more importantly. Sorry.
I would say I don't even know what advice to offer.
I would say stop doing heroin.
Yeah, I think that's number one. And watch your
sounds
entire life.
It sounds like he doesn't have the energy to have sex with you. So I doubt very much he has the energy to have sex with someone else, unless he is having an affair and he's using heroin as an excuse.
That is
Maybe he's
heroin
never
code
touched it in his
for
life.
Tracy down the road.
Yes,
When he says he's doing heroin and he says I'm going off to do heroin,
that's actually her
is
surname,
he actually,
Tracy Heroin.
Yeah,
yes.
Tracy Heroin. He's actually just going down the road and fucking Tracy Heroin.
So
That's the possibility.
So I'd say overall advice is
If he is on heroin, don't.
Yes,
Don't
stop
be
the
on heroin.
and I think maybe he isn't having an affair.
Yeah.
But maybe you should.
Try,
Perhaps you should have an affair. Is my advice.
Yeah,
So
there
advice
you
I'm
go.
giving you is you go. In fact, we know a guy that
go and-
hasn't had sex at all. He's still a virgin. He's been wanking for 5 years.
Yeah, we've
you
got
need
this
to
guy.
go see this guy.
Or there's this
because
guy
it's-
as well that is terrified of
The guy I've
sex.
never had sex could probably
Not
watch. He could
your
watch.
best. He could watch and say like, you know what, that doesn't look that bad.
So the woman that's not getting laid from a heroin boyfriend, she can go and have sex with wank 3 times a day, and scared
That's
of
his name.
scared
Wank
of
3 times a
vagina,
day.
he can just watch.
Johnny-
and ease
Johnny
himself
wank 3 times
into
a
it,
day.
Turn himself into it. He can wank 3 times by watching and take a step forward.
Yep.
Wank 3 times again, take another step forward.
Yep.
Until he's feels
That's
safe
it.
enough
It's like,
to
you know what?
put his hand
I can
on
do this.
her back.
And then his penis in her scabby smack cunt.
Yes. I hope very much our parents check out this podcast.
Oh yeah, maybe
And
maybe
perhaps
we lie
play it
and
at the next.
maybe we lie and say this wasn't the first.
Maybe
one that
we
did.
lie and say we're actors.
Maybe we lie and
We're
say it.
playing.
That's a
characters.
contradiction.
We're playing characters.
This is it.
We're just acting very well. That is
Could have said
pretty
vaginas.
much the show.
Yes,
It's been awesome doing this. It really has.
it has
and
been
I've
an
had such a great time.
absolute blast.
next time on All Seeing Guys, we're going to be taking a trip back to the 90s. So make sure you come and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Remember, drop us an email at theallseeingguys@gmail.com and tweet us at theallseeing.
Seriously, anything 90s related that you remember, like from clothes to films to TV to anything at all that you remember from your life in the 90s, just drop it on us and we can add that into it as well.
Oh, we probably won't, because we're probably going to record next episode fairly soon before we get a chance to hear what people say, because this isn't live.
You know, just we're still intrigued as to what you think of the 90s. Ahead of us.
We want to hear from you so bad. We're going to leave you with a track from a band that we mentioned earlier.
Yes, this is going to be a song by the Wonder Bears. They play regularly in Kingston and in the surrounding areas. They're a fantastic punk band. They got a good attitude. They play fucking great music, and we're really big fans.
A little nod to the end of our Kebab conversation earlier, because obviously they were at the awards.
They were,
and
Those
very fitting.
Bastards.
This song is called "Meat and Chips." So,
I want a kebab.
Who does? I want one now.
I want
but not the one that has fucking E. coli.
Not
in it.
from.
On part of this podcast, we're planning to drop it out once every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Just for now, while we're figuring out recording space and stuff. But we might actually, if we get it all done, when we drop this episode, we might drop episode 2 out right behind it, so you can get a double dose straight away, and then episode 3 will follow 2 weeks later, and we'll continue to go that way.
Can you
going
handle
forward.
that?
Can you handle that? So thanks for listening so much.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. I've been Greg.
I've been Joe.
And we've been the
All-Seeing
All-Seeing
Guys.
Guys.
Did it
again. Back of the fucking
Did you just try and do
net.
your own echo?
I did try to do my own echo. Guys. One night only, but it'll be back. So thank you so much. Thanks for listening.
Later.
We are out of here.
Out drinking all the bloody night. I need some food that will make me feel alright. It's the end of the night, I'm feeling hungry. Put my hands in my pocket and find some money. I want a kebab. I want a kebab. I want a kebab. I want a kebab. It's the end of the night and I know where I'm gonna go. I'm going down a road, I'm going to Red Road. Salad and sauce boss, I've been funny. I know this meat's gonna turn my shit's runny, but I still want a kebab. I want a kebab. I want a kebab. I want a kebab. Chips. Whoa, made and chips. Whoa. At the end of the night, everybody knows we're going down the road. We're going to Red Road. I want a kebab.
Thank you.
Yeah, was it? Yeah. Take care.